Okay, so now we're going to get into the actual finishing up of Convergence, and this is through Convergence cursor work. This is actually kind of fun. So the way this works is you get into the XY registration menu. So I'm in that because it says XY reg. It's red text color, so I know I'm on the red gun. And then on the tech remote, I'm going to hit this button here, which is POS Convergence. And what you'll see is right now there's a large cursor on the screen, and it starts here with this little red line, and the other mating one here, one down there, and one over there, and in the center is a plus. See that plus there? Okay, so what you want to do is move that cursor up to the upper corner of the screen first. So I'm hitting up, 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 and over, 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 over. So I can go up one more. So now my cursor is over in that corner, and then I'm going to hit POS Convergence, which now puts it in data mode. The word data comes up there when you're in the data mode. So now your left, right, up, down buttons on the tech remote don't move the cursor, they move the data inside the cursor. And as you can see, you should be able to see I can start actually bending red up there in the corner, and it's actually starting to converge a little bit. Notice the number 187, 188, 189. I can go up to 255, so I've got a little bit of room here. But now that I've altered it, I'm up to 213, and now that I've altered it, if you look up here in the corner, you'll see the red bar has actually bended into the green. And what I'll do next is move the cursor down one click and push it over again, and I will continue to do that all the way throughout the entire screen process. So the shortcut is this button here, this on screen button. If I hit that, notice that my cursor is still up in the corner, but the data is no longer displayed. But watch how much faster the system works now if I actually just hold down the right arrow. It actually just jitters the screen like crazy. Then I let go, and now you can see, and I've actually gone a little too far with it. Right up there in the corner, the red is actually poking out the other side now. So I'd actually want to back that off a little bit. But the idea here is you just run this cursor all over the screen, just toggling between cursor position and the data in it, and line that red up, and it can move up, down, left, and right. Now that that's done, I'm going to hit this button again, boop, and now my plus is back, and I can move the cursor down. And so let's do over on this side. Now normally I wouldn't work this side yet, but it's easier to film it. So now I'm going to hit the button again, puts it in data mode. It doesn't say data because I have got the off screen button activated. I would not do that until you're very familiar with it. It's very easy to screw that up. You might hit a wrong key on this remote and you'd never know you're in the wrong mode if it's off screen. But I'm pretty confident in the right thing, so I'm going to lay down on that right key and see now those red bars up in the corner are coming into alignment. Only up in the corner though. And I'm going to move it up just a couple clicks, a couple more. So now I have converged red so up in the corner. I actually went a little too far. You can spend a lot of time on this, but again, the more time you spend getting this converged, the better your focus is going to look. It's worth the effort. You can spend a lot of time on it. couple of tips here. Let's go back to on-screen mode so it shows the data. If you keep an eye on those data numbers, you can only go from 0 to 255. So if you're like I am now, I'm at 19. I'm almost to 0. I'm pushing it pretty hard. So my guess is that things are off a little bit on my phase or my CRT position or something like that. I shouldn't have to push it that far typically. Anyway, so that's one tip. Another thing that you can do is you can use this button here, cursor size. If you hit that and then hit the down button, it'll shrink the cursor size. See how the cursor is now half the size that it was? So now I'm only affecting that area of the screen, and I can actually do that 3 more times and get it down to a very, very tiny cursor and really get in there and really get some good detail work on it. A couple things to note about this. As you do up, down, left, right in data mode, the center plus is where most of the effect takes place. Then as you move away from the plus out to the edges of the cursor, it has less effect. And what I found, for some unexplained reason, everything this side of the plus seems to be affected quite a bit more than everything on the back side of the plus. It does have an effect over here, but it's not nearly as pronounced as this side. I'm pretty sure that's a bug, but if you know that going in, it'll make your job a little bit easier to get convergence. So just spend some time with that, and then if you really want to get into it, test button 3 changes the test pattern back to this guy again, and you can really get super detailed about that convergence. You want to line up that that red bar there with against the grain. You can see red is over a little bit too far and down a little bit. So get that plus where it needs to be, and then move the red. And I mean, seriously, you can spend days doing this, but the more time you spend with it, the better it gets. And then once you've got red absolutely perfect, then you would cut red off. So you'd do the cut off red, which drops red out, leaving just green. Then cut off blue, brings blue in. Hit the blue key again to change the text color to blue. And notice that the cursor size is big again and in the middle. And now you're just going to do the exact same thing with blue. Start up in the corner with the big cursor, up, down, left, right. Toggle between data mode and cursor position mode. Use the on-screen button to look at your numbers. Turn it off to speed things up. Again, I'll caution you, if you turn the off-screen mode, if you activate the off-screen mode, you can make mistakes. You can accidentally hit, the blanking button or the phase button, and you're really moving between these two buttons here. If you accidentally hit that one or that one, in the screen mode, off-screen mode is activated, you don't get any text telling you what mode you're in, and you could be messing something else up. So be cautious of that.